All right, welcome to another beautiful day back in Arizona. And not only is it beautiful because one, it's raining, but also because it's actually Christmas. And I hope everyone that's watching has a great Christmas and a great day, and just full of happiness and all that stuff. But this video is going to be not something that's a little bit different that I usually do, but something I definitely wanted to talk about, and something that maybe will keep your mind and opinions open to something like vehicle wise that you might actually want to buy, something that like maybe you didn't consider but you might after this video. I'm not here to sell you, I'm not here to try to talk you into anything. I'm just here to tell you my experiences and why I actually love these trucks. So the topic of today is, should you be buying, or should you buy a 99 through 06 Silverado, or classic body style Silverado? That's kind of I think that's just more of like what they're referred as, the correct term, classic body style. And I'm here to say, yes, you should. Now, I'm gonna give a couple reasons and a couple opinions of mine, just because I own one of these trucks. I've owned one of them for about almost 4 years now. And this whole time that I've owned it, it's been such a great truck to me. And the reason that I think like these trucks are so good is because, one, this is the ultimate look of them. Here, let me see if I can turn the camera around. Okay, so you can kind of see the actual look of the truck. Let's see if I can get my face out of it. There's the truck, right? It's one of the better looking Silverados, in my opinion. Better than like the old 90, like I don't know if I would call it the first gen, like the 98 and older. And they're definitely it's not a timeless car by any means, because you can definitely tell that it's the old GM parts, and like you can definitely tell it's not like crazy anything, but it's got a nice look to it. I think personally it's got not necessarily like a timeless look, but it's got such a nice look. And I think they're just like pretty trucks. I think they're one of the better looking trucks for its year. Out of like all the makes, maybe Ford, Dodge, Toyota, Nissan, all of those, I think it's one of the better looking trucks, and one of the more like kind of, I guess, new-ish looking trucks. Another thing I really want to talk about is the price. Like, the price of these trucks are not like cheap. Now, they are, depending on like the circumstances of the truck. And if you get a nice clean one like mine, it didn't cost me like a whole lot, but also didn't cost me it wasn't also cheap. It wasn't a fortune, but it also wasn't a pile of garbage. But even with that being said, I still had to do a lot of work to this truck to make it where it's at today, maintenance wise and modification wise and all that stuff. So it doesn't just come, it doesn't just happen. And anyways, so the price of these trucks are pretty good. Like, honestly, I was doing some research, not research, but I was like looking on Facebook Marketplace and like Craigslist and stuff, and I was like, dang, like these trucks are like, they're not expensive by any means. Like, you can get one for I think like $4,000, like a pretty nice truck. Like, I actually saw one that was like maybe higher in the mileage, like around 180 miles or so, but it was still a nice looking truck. Maybe it was a work truck, I don't really remember, and if you're looking for a truck, I think these are kind of like the way to go. I don't really know, and I'm pretty biased because sorry for this shaky camera. I'm pretty biased on my opinion, only because I've only owned this one. I haven't really actually owned like a Dodge, or done any reviews on a Dodge or Ford or any of the other trucks. So my opinion might be a little biased, but that's why, again, I'm not trying to sell you. I'm not trying to talk you into it. I'm just telling you my experiences and maybe why you should buy one of these. So these trucks are, like I said, they're nice. They're nice because like the actual look of them is like not bad. It's still a beautiful looking truck for what it is. It doesn't look bad. Like, it still looks good, but it also, you didn't have to pay a whole amount of money to get that. So, and another thing I'd like to really, get on the topic of why you should buy these trucks from like 99 to like '06, they're pretty much all Legos. You can literally put, you know, most of the stuff, most of the parts, you can literally put like together on. You could literally switch them out, do whatever you want, you know, convert whatever you want to do. You can pretty much do it, believe it or not. You know, like you could do a front end conversion from like an '03 onto this body style if you wanted. You could do the HD front end, which I'm doing. You could do, I think, the SS front end. You could do anything you really honestly wanted to, but that's the beauty of these trucks. And I mean, I'm sure, and I know that like other cars, like even 240s, like mine, like they're all Legos. You can put them all, you can convert all of them and do whatever you want with them, which is why I love that car so much, because yeah, you can have so many options. And with these trucks, you also have that many options. So the gas mileage on this, since it is a 4.8, it's not like an HD truck or anything. It's nothing, you know, it's not a big truck by any means. I mean, okay, it is a fairly big truck, but nothing like an actual HD or like a crew cab with a long bed. It's an extended cab with a 6.5 foot bed. I mean, it's still like a fairly sized truck, but it's nothing like a actual HD truck. So you're getting better gas mileage there. I think I range around, I think it's like 16 to 21, you know, 21 on highway and 16 on the streets. I pretty much average around 16 to 17 every time on the streets, never kind of skipped a beat. So they're pretty good on gas mileage. You know, they get, I think a full tank will get you around 300 to 330 miles, you know, maybe even a little bit more if you're driving straight highway. I love this truck. Like, you have no idea how much I love this truck. So like the next thing would be, like, they have the best interior, like some of the best cushiony seats ever. Like, these seats are so nice. Like, out of all Silverados, these probably have the best seats. Like, well, maybe like the new ones, because I sit in the new trucks all the time, and they have some nice seats too. But these, like, they sit you, you know what I mean? Like they just hug you, and it's so nice. They're so comfortable. I have the carpet ones. I don't have the leather ones because I know those are freaking those are gross. I like my carpet cotton seats. They're comfy. I love them. I would not trade these. If I had to, honestly, if I had to trade these, I would probably do like PRP seats. Those are like the only seats that I feel like bucket wise, and if I was gonna go that route, then I would totally do those. But other than that, I'm keeping these Johnnies. These are the way to go. These, you know, you can see everything. I don't have really bad blind spots at all. Like, I can actually see what I'm doing. You know, if I'm like looking over my shoulders or like whatever I need to do, I can definitely see it. Even with the tint I have, because it's 5% in the back and I got 20 on the sides, I can see it. I can see where I'm going. I can see what I'm doing. And there's really not a hassle there. You're gonna probably have way worse of a time if you have like straight 5, like limo tint all the way around. You might have way more of a worse time than I would. But in a general consensus, it's great. You have good blind spot. You know, you can see where you are. If you need to get over, you can see it. If you know, it's nothing you need to worry about. I had to do a lot of maintenance, and that's because it's this 18-year-old truck. What do you expect? You know, it's been abused. I'm gonna have to do a maintenance. You can't get away from that. It's not like you can just get away from taking care of your vehicle and hoping that it's just gonna survive its whole life, because it's not how it works. You have to take care of your stuff in order to actually drive like new, or actually preserve the truck. And that's what this does. This truck drives really well. Like, honestly, like, I get in new trucks and sometimes they feel like my truck will out truck it. Like, it out drives it on like comfortability wise, and it's insane. Like, everybody that drives this truck, trust me, like literally, like my friends that drive it, every time they're like doing something with it, because I'll, you know, sometimes give my truck out to my friends and just like, you know, if they need to use it, they use it, and we'll trade cars, whatever. But they're like, dude, like your truck is like freaking comfortable. Like, it drives so good. And I'm like, yeah, I know, because I took care of it, and it's just awesome. If you're looking to buy one of these, definitely, you know, take your time and think about it, because they're not bad trucks. I think if you just you're clogging your mind of like they're work trucks and they're crappy and they're old and they're smelly, like, trust me, they're nice trucks. They really are. They have a lot of aftermarket support for them, like off-road, lowering, work truck, whatever you kind of want to do, it's out there. Trust me. I've looked, and I've seen it all, and you can kind of do whatever you want with this. I should be over here where you can actually see it. You can kind of do whatever you want with these trucks, which is the beauty thing of it. Because if you couldn't, then it'd be kind of a waste of money. Because like, what fun is it to own a truck like this and not actually modify it? Because that's what, in my opinion, that's what honestly transforms the whole look of the truck. If I didn't put these wheels and I didn't put these tires and the hood and the tint and all that stuff and actually like do stuff, do different things to it, then it wouldn't look as good. Trust me, when I bought it, it was a freaking POS of exterior wise. It looked terrible, but patience and time and hard work and just believing that it will one day, the hard work and all that stuff will pull off. It definitely did. I mean, it's still got a long way to go, but it's like way better now than it was like 3 years ago. And I don't think anybody has to that's a surprise to anybody. What else can I talk about? I could talk about like common issues, but the problem is I don't really know any like common issues because, okay, common issues. I guess the mode door actuator for the AC. I had mine replaced. Those are common. I know a lot of people have to replace theirs. I know like there's a rattling behind the dash. Like it just happens, and it's kind of starting to happen in mine. It's not too bad, but I think it's actually happening, and I kind of want to figure out if there's a way I can alleviate that rather than like having to replace like a dash, because that'd be a whole lot of work, and it wouldn't be worth it because you would do it and then maybe that dash over time might do the same thing. So it's like you just kind of wasted your time. But common problems, if you're that kind of person and if you're like, hey Ian, like I want one of these trucks but I really don't know anything about them, is there any common problems? Common problems come with every vehicle. All these trucks have, they have issues with, I think the motor door actuator. They have issues with like the key fob. Like sometimes it'll get stuck whenever you're trying to turn it. Mine doesn't do that because I don't jam my key in and turn it really fast. And people are like, I just need to get my truck on. Well, man, like chill. Like just turn the truck on. Everything's gonna be okay. And I don't do that, so that's why it doesn't happen for me. Issues that I'm having right now. One would be an ABS light. That's because my wheel speed sensor wire is freaking torn, so I'm just gonna have to replace the wire. The low coolant light, that's a common issue. I know that everybody kind of deals with that. That's because the sensor and the actual like coolant bottle goes bad over time, and I've heard you can kind of try to clean it. You can try to clean the bottle, and it might fix it. It might not. I'm just gonna replace the bottle because I'm a person that likes new stuff. And opening the engine bay, if I know my light, like the sensor works, but if I see that yellow, disgusting 18-year-old coolant bottle, I'm gonna literally hate myself. Like I'm very nitpicky. I like to have the new stuff. I like to have OEM parts, and I like to have new things. And if I don't, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. My Instagram handle is IanSoli_. You can definitely find me on there. Definitely shoot me a DM if you have any questions. Like if you just honestly want to know more about this truck and things that I didn't cover in this video, then shoot me a message. That's the best way I can answer it for you. And if you live in the Gilbert, Arizona area, like close to Phoenix, and you're watching this and you want to see the truck up close and you're curious about buying one, if you want to check it out, I'm totally cool with that. I'm totally cool with actually letting you guys check out the truck, look at it, get a feel for it. Get a feel for it if that's something that you'd actually want to have in your life and actually want to drive. And other than that, I really don't have anything else other than like I'm stoked that it's like raining and it's Christmas, and I'm just happy that it's Christmas and it's raining and it's awesome. But yeah, I think you should buy this truck. From my experience, I literally baby this thing. I change the oil at a specific time of the month, or not like specific time of the month. That sounds weird. I change the oil like when it needs to be changed. I do it every 3,000 miles. I'm not like the 5,000 or 10,000 kind of guy. I'm a 3,000 kind of mile dude, because it's an old truck. It's nothing like the new ones where the new engines can handle up to 5,000 to 10,000 miles, which is crazy. I just like the modern old style, like what was recommended back in the old 2000s. 3,000 miles, that's what I do. That's what it's recommended. I use the OEM oil. I'm probably gonna start switching over to high mileage oil. I probably need to start switching to something that has a little bit more additives and something that's a little bit more protective. They're easy to work on. I'll say that. They're pretty dang easy to work on. They're not difficult. Like if you're looking for something that isn't like stressful, this is probably one of those ones that you should check out, because Chevys have a lot of room in the engine bay. They have a lot of room to work with. They have a lot of information out there, and I don't know, why not? Like, why not own one? You know, if you liked it, then you'll keep it. If you don't, then sell it. I don't know. I like mine. I'm gonna keep mine. I'm gonna keep this truck probably forever. I mean, mark my words, but I want to keep this truck honestly for the rest of my life, as long as I can. Hopefully nobody crashes into me. All right, please, I need to knock on wood somewhere. Just know, like, you know, me saying that, it has to have some value. It has to have some value for me to tell you that I'm keeping this truck for as long as I live, and you should definitely own one. So, with that being said, I hope the rest of you, or I hope, not the rest of you, I hope all of you got something from this video. I hope all of you learned something, maybe about Silverados, and maybe about even car buying. You know, it doesn't have to be Silverados, but just car buying in general, and just some experiences of mine. You know, it doesn't have to be too intense, but if you want to have some questions answered, shoot me a message, leave a comment, do whatever you have to do, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, because I want to help you. But I hope you guys got something from this, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas, and I hope you have a great day. And I just want to leave you on, you know, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to me, turn on the notifications bell, and follow me on Instagram, IanSoley_. And I hope you guys have a great day. Peace, and we'll see you in the next one.